Hi guys, Lex Ferrante here. Thank you so much for checking in. Today I want to talk about kind of a topic that's not really talked about too much, which is self-care. I am a huge believer that it's so important to put yourself first. And I think that's a little bit of a taboo subject because, a lot of people think like, that's selfish if you think about yourself first, if you care about yourself before you care about others. When in reality, you can't be there in your full being for others and your friends and family around you if you aren't in a great mindset and being. And so that's why I think it's so important to make self-care a priority in your life. And this is not something that comes easily. It's not something that comes naturally. You have to make a genuine effort to make self-care a priority. So that's what I'm going to talk about in this series. I'm going to start a series that I'm going to call Self-Care Saturdays, where I think it's so important to start focusing on yourself. So we're going to start talking about things like how to increase your motivation, how to set goals, what is a healthy morning routine to make sure that you're productive. So these are what my new videos are going to be every Saturday, and I'm so excited to share it with you guys. So if you like the idea for this series, please give it a thumbs up. If you have not already, please subscribe to my channel. I post videos weekly. So let's get started and talking about why self-care. And I think self-care is something that every single person should make a priority in their life. I know I already said this and I know I'm sounding redundant, but I'm gonna sound redundant to this because it's so important and it's something that I am so passionate about. I think as, when you're young, teenager, early 20s, even mid 20s and into your 30s like myself, there's so much pressure and so much stress and anxiety and self-esteem issues that hit you in your life, especially with the huge existence of things like social media now, where you can carry this little device in your pocket and scroll through your phone and constantly compare yourself to other people. And I think a big part of self-help is making sure that you love yourself, that you love the person you are. And if you don't love it, then you're working on to make yourself the person that you absolutely love. So that's why I want to talk about this. I myself am guilty of this. When I was younger, teens, early 20s, I was not a confident person. You would never ever catch me making a YouTube video, making a YouTube channel and sharing my thoughts with everybody. But I had to learn and train myself to be that person. And a lot of that is learning to love myself, learning to love my flaws and to love, what I feel makes me the person that I am. And so that's what I want to share with you, and I want to help you figure that out as well. And by no means am I, a psychiatrist or, trained by any means, but I just want to share my journey and how I, learned to make self-care and self-love a priority in my life. So I'm a big believer that everything starts with self-love. If you love yourself, you're gonna make taking care of yourself a priority. And if you take care of yourself, your life can only get better from there. If you love yourself, you're gonna make an effort to enjoy life and build lasting relationships. You're gonna cut out toxic relationships in your life. You're gonna learn that it's okay to say no. All of these things are so important because you only have a limited number of hours in your day, and you need to make sure that you are in the best shape possible to take advantage of that limited time that you do have. So before I dive in any further, I'd love for you to take a moment to, get cozy and make yourself comfortable, because I really want this video to feel like, conversation with a friend, like a warm hug, like, like something that you enjoy being here. So get cozy and let's get started. Learning to self-love has drastically changed my life. I did a lot of things when I was younger that kind of stemmed from, a self-destructive part of me. My My self-esteem wasn't where it should be. I listened to negative people in my life, telling me I can't do things, or I'm not smart enough, or I'm not pretty enough, or I'll never be able to accomplish that, or, you won't be able to do that. And it took me a long time to develop the confidence and develop the respect for myself to be able to, cut those people out and say, no, actually that's not right. I can do this. I am smart enough. I am capable of doing this. And I think that's why I'm so passionate about self-love and why I, want to preach it and want to share it with you. Because it did drastically change my life. And by no means am I perfect, or I still have bad days. Like, believe me, I absolutely struggle with things like stress and anxiety and, anger and jealousy and all of those normal human behaviors. But I love myself enough and care about myself enough to make adjustments to handle those and to manage them and, turn those into learning experiences like you should. And I think, again, that all stems from self-love. So I think another part of self-love is doing things that you've always wanted to do but you never did for some reason, like, learning a new language, or traveling to that foreign destination by yourself, introducing yourself to a new person, a stranger on the street, and making a new friend. All of these things stem from self-love as well. So you've probably never done these things because, you feel you're not worthy, or you can't justify taking the time, or you don't deserve it. And that's not true. That is not true at all. If you have enough self-love and self-care, you'll know, yeah, I deserve that. It's okay for me to, go study abroad in Italy like I wanted, or, to take one day off a week to focus on me. It's okay. It's absolutely all right to do that, and you should do that. The experiences like that are what's going to help you grow, and become the person that you want to be. So when people say that they don't feel that they're worthy of, getting that position, or, they shouldn't pursue their goals or their dreams with everything they got, that makes me so sad. That really breaks my heart. It's so hard for me to hear, because I think everyone should do that. Everyone should respect themselves enough and love themselves enough to throw everything they have at what they want to do. And by no means does that mean, neglecting your responsibilities and everything. But you should pursue your passion. You should pursue what you want to do. And that all, again, stems from self-love. I think you definitely love yourself more when you allow yourself to pursue those passions. And sometimes pursuing your passions are scary, it's stepping out of your comfort zone by far. But all of these experiences are what going to mold you into that person that you, looking 10, 20 years down the road, that person that you want to be. All of these experiences of stepping out of your comfort zone and these scary situations in pursuit of your passion are what's going to help you get there. And again, it's all about, loving yourself, and that's why you do it. So I can go on and on about how self-love has bettered my life and how it's going to be so good for your life and whatnot. But let's talk about some tools as to how you can learn to self-love. Because like I said earlier, self-love is hard. It is really, really difficult to do. It's, kind of human nature to be your own biggest critic and talk bad to yourself and put limiting beliefs on you, and you have to, make a conscious effort to do that. So let's talk about some things that you can do to do that. And first step, I would say, is putting yourself first. And by that, I mean protecting yourself. Protect your time, protect your integrity, protect your self-esteem and your heart. Definitely, is someone wasting your time? Stop them. Don't allow that to happen. Are you in a toxic friendship or even a toxic romantic relationship? remove yourself from those people. Do not allow, toxic or negative influence in your life, because it's going to be so hard to learn to love yourself if someone is on your shoulder, in your ear, telling you bad things, feeding into that negativity. And how do you really, really learn to love yourself if, that constant negativity is, coming in one ear? So that's my first bit of advice is protect yourself, put yourself first, cut out those toxic relationships in your life. It's completely okay to do that. I understand sometimes, it may be family or, someone you can't really avoid, but then at least kind of put a wall up and, limit the time that you expose yourself to them. And again, just start with protecting yourself. And it all comes from self-love. Next up, I would say, don't be too hard on yourself. Like I said, we are all our own biggest critic. Try and limit negative self-talk. Don't tell yourself, no, I can't do that, or, I'm not smart enough, or I'm not skinny enough, or, I don't deserve that. Stop saying that. Cut those words out of your vocabulary. Because if you don't believe it, who will? And then also part of this is, getting mad at yourself. I know myself, I'm really guilty of doing that. When I make a mistake or, I do something I shouldn't have done, I get really angry at myself. And I have had to make a conscious effort to realize it's okay to make mistakes. It's all right. Just take it as a learning experience. If you hurt someone's feelings, if you did something wrong, apologize and move on and forgive yourself, because you really cannot learn to love yourself if you're mad at yourself. It's just impossible to do. And lastly, live purposely. Do everything with a purpose. Contemplate, why am I doing this? Why am I wanting to learn to self-love and put self-care as a priority? What effect will that have on your future, on your business, on your relationship? Well, why? Why do you want to do that? I did it because I was tired of, feeling down and feeling sad and, not living the life I wanted to live. And figure out your purpose, figure out why you want to do that. Is it for your significant other? Is it for your kids? Is it for your dog? Why? Why do you want to do that? Have a purpose for everything. And a purpose for why you want to love yourself. Another part that kind of ties into this is do things intentionally that are going to help you bring you closer to that goal. Do things that are going to help you become a better person. I try and do something daily that is going to help me grow or is going to help me better myself, whether that's going to the gym. I do that daily. I try and read daily or, listen to podcasts on self-help. All of these things are, even just 5 minutes at a time are going to add up and help me better my life. And so those are tips that I provide to you as well. I think that if you make a conscious effort to do things with purpose and make decisions that have a purpose behind it, it's all going to tie in together and just make self-love a whole lot easier. So those are 3 tips that I feel have definitely helped me. So that's putting yourself first, not getting mad at yourself, and living with a purpose. And I think those are all things that have really helped, and by no means am I absolutely perfect, and no one is. You can't always be happy and always be positive and, nothing's ever wrong, nothing ever bothers you, because realistically, it's impossible. It's not going to happen. And it's okay. It's all right to have those bad days. Try and keep it to a day. Don't let it turn into a week. But it happens. We all have bad days. We all have rough times. And you just have to make a conscious effort to remember self-love and self-care to push yourself forward. If you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up. I really, really appreciate you watching. I am also going to share in the description box and right over here, number. If you need to talk to someone, if you are having a really hard time and, you don't feel that, just thinking positively and self-affirmation, gratitude, or things that are going to help you, it's okay to seek help. I myself have been touched by, you know, friends or family who have, you know, had depression or mental illness, and it's okay, you know, to seek help. So please love yourself enough, you know, if you can't get there on your own, to seek out the help you need. That's all I'm going to talk about that. I want to keep this video positive and light and happy, and I am so excited to start self-care Saturdays with you guys. If you have not already, please subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate you watching,